Hello everyone! Today we will sew panties with a mesh check mark according to the finished pattern Eva. Link to the pattern in the video description. Cutting out details. Turn the net inside out and cut out the front section. Detail with a bend, rear detail with a bend and 2 keel details. One is mesh, the other is knit fabric. We remove the inner gusset, which is made of knit fabric, 4 millimeters from the edge along the long sides, to trim so as not to thicken the seam under the elastic in the future. We collect panties along the front seam of the gusset. In order to hide the seams, we sew the details together like a sandwich. Mesh used for front detail of panties and gusset construction. We add face to face, and the inner detail of the gusset faces the wrong side of the front detail of the panties. We sweep by hand to prevent parts from shifting. Now we lay a line on the sewing machine. Width of the seam allowance, small zigzag or straight stitch for stitching. We trim the allowance and corners, iron the seam. We collect panties along the back seam of the gusset. We throw face to face the back detail of the panties, and the swallow taken from the net and the swallow found inside. We twist and crumple with these intricate details obtained from the world of knitwear. This particular seam will be securely closed on the inside, ensuring a neat finish after it is carefully turned out to reveal the desired surface. Place the line, cut the extra amount. We will join the side seams using a French seam. This seam is fully enclosed and has a very pleasing appearance. Used on thin fabrics, lace, mesh, take 2 parts of our panties and crush them. They're inside to inside. The initial line will be positioned on the front side of the mesh. We trimmed the panties and sewed on the stitches. 0.5 centimeters from the edge, seam from the edge. Both lines are placed and we trim the allowance close to the line, leaving an approximate measurement of about 0.3 millimeters. Invert the panties and tuck the seam allowance inside the garment. We discard the specific information now in person so that the seam and allowance remain on the inside of the project, and presently we place the rows on the incorrect side. We position the line 0.5 centimeters away from the edge, ensuring it is 0.5 centimeters from the edge of the surface. The lines are ready, the seams are hidden. Now you need to iron them on the back side of the part and sew another line 2 millimeters from the edge of the seam. This is done to make the seam flat and beautiful. We still must process leg cutouts with rubber bands and up. To do this, measure the length of all the cuts of the panties. Subtract 10% plus 1 from these lengths. Converting a centimeter into a ring by skillfully sharpening it, transforming its shape and size to create a wearable piece of jewelry with a unique and distinctive design. We cut 3 pieces of rubber band. Each individual piece is stitched into its own ring. To process cutouts, use jersey bias tape. Then the allowances, added for processing cutouts with an elastic band, need to be cut on the paper pattern. To ensure an even distribution of the rubber band, divide each cut into 4 equal parts and make a mark on each part. And we divide each rubber band into 4 parts. These marks on panties and elastic bands are combined and peeled off. Pay attention to the positioning of the rubber band. We attach the front side of the elastic band to the front side of the panties. Combine the even edge of the panties and the elastic band. Thread the elastic band on the front side of the panties in a zigzag pattern. The left needle injection is as close as possible to the piston. We lay the line, slightly stretching the rubber band and distributing it evenly between the marks. Now we turn the elastic band to the wrong side of the panties and sew either a small zigzag or a 3-step stitch. Repair the rubber band. Thus we handle all 3 slices. That is the entirety of it. New stylish panties with a check mark are ready. You can also sew panties from jersey or microfiber in the same way. Enjoy your creativity until we meet again.